to the #1 sports talk show in the mountains, Crunch Time with David and Darryl. This is David Jones to my left. I'm Darryl McCoy, and producer KJ on the boards. Big week in mountain football, Dave.
Yes.
But before we got that, we got a lot to go over. You know, I mean, listen, it's been a hectic week. It's been a busy week. You know, today, I don't know. Do y'all got Suddenlink?
No.
Thank God.
What is it here? Frontier.
Whatever it is, so, yeah. It's better than what we have in Prestonsburg. Suddenlink.
I don't think so.
No, listen.
If you seen, remember he said I seen lightning or whatever. Or my internet's probably out at the house right now.
I'm telling you, at least 3 days a week we go without internet. And I was trying to do show prep, get everything ready today. After going all the way to Hazard, spending a busy day there, and then come home, get show prep, no internet again. So rushed up here. You know, y'all had internet, so sitting here, you know, doing my thing here, and you know, I'm just, you know, I'm sick and tired of these companies, man, around here. Every time you go to do something, I mean, you're paying these outrageous bills, but yet they're not held accountable because they're not going to say, well, okay, let's see, 14 days of the month your internet didn't work, so let's knock it off your bill.
No.
That ain't happening.
Nah, it's not going to happen. You got to get a competitor in there.
Yeah, got to.
Yep.
Yeah, you know, I was sitting, you know, on the way up here, and I could still, whenever I come by Wimpson, I could still smell fire in the air. And, you know, I hate, man. I've seen 3 fires in the city of Wimpson in the past week.
Yeah, there's something going on over there. There's a lot of old buildings and places getting burnt.
Yeah, and I'm not, you know, equating it. You know, a lot of people say it's because the rehab's there, and, you know, listen, I don't know whether that's it. I know rehabs are a good thing, so I'm not putting it on that. But, you know, I do think a lot of it has to be these squatters, you know, putting in these buildings.
Yeah, that's every bit of it. I mean, we have them in Red Jacket.
Yeah,
they're in all the abandoned houses, but the thing is, you know, I've seen cops come over, tell them to leave, they have to leave, and all this and all that, but they go right back there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, so there's really, I don't know, man. It's just, I guess a law need to change, and I hate saying that in the aspect of, you know, the next place they have to go is like under a bridge or somewhere like that, but at the same time, it's just a hazard to everybody else around you.
Yeah, and you know, I like the way that companies like ARC does it.
Yeah,
they put them up on a mountain or up in a holler to where, you know, and not only is it good that, you know, I mean, they're up there, you know, they're not right there in a city where everything's right in front of them.
Yeah, that's not good.
And then, you know, if they are hesitant and they want to leave the rehab, they can because they got a city to go to. If you do that, you know, in somewhere like where ARC stuff is, you ain't got nowhere to go.
No,
I mean,
and only on top of that too, you know, where do you go to get your stuff? I can go to a gas station and chill out there. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, they absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And chill out there, wait till someone come. Hey, you know where I can get this at? They can, you know.
Yep.
So honestly, it's not a good situation.
No,
you know, within the city limits, honestly.
That's it. I'm glad it's in there, but they either need to be stricter rules that keep these people there, and then you put them in, you know, I guess outpatient homes. Or, you know, I mean,
they go in a phase. I used to work at one, so they go in phases and stuff, and you phase them out. Though phase 1 is, you know, it's like, you know, we got to keep an eye on them. We know that they're going to slip up, you know, and they have to have, and honestly, they need to have sort of like a Casey law. If they go to leave, you're going back to prison.
Absolutely, that's the way it should be.
Yeah, well, the one I worked at, if you left, you're going to jail.
Yeah.
And, you know, the cops will come and pick you up wherever you're walking at. You go straight to jail, and you spit a bid out in there.
Yeah. The Corey Bossimer's tuning in. Our guy, he says, where'd you get that sign? That come from a guy named Corey Conley. He owns Conley Brothers Giovanni's in Prestonsburg. He owns a metal fab shop in Prestonsburg, and they do a tremendous job with this stuff. Make sure if you guys need a sign like this, get a hold of a guy named Corey Conley on Facebook, owner of Giovanni's in Prestonsburg. And not only, you talk about, stuff like that we was talking about. And then when we was leaving the other night, me and producer KJ was going home and about wiped a couple out. I'm not kidding, went around a curve right there at the head of A-Flax. And that's the thing, like, if I would have hit them, I would have been in jail.
Oh, yeah.
And they was literally
in the middle of the road.
Looking at gravel in the road. And
I
was like,
dropped something.
No, yeah, it was like they was dancing.
Yeah, they didn't drop them.
I don't know what they was doing, but about hit them, and then, listen, I ain't even talking about, I seen on the internet, man, where these protesters, are blocking roads everywhere. Them people need put in jail. If you're going to block a highway, you need put in jail because, listen, if a truck driver comes through and he stops, in a lot of these bigger cities, they're taking over the truck, and they're stealing the stuff in behind. And then I seen where a truck driver drugged some people, but yet he's going to get in trouble. Them people that's doing that protesting, man, they've got to stop that somehow.
And honestly, I know that's their belief or whatever they're trying to protest for, and it's kind of awkward. It's about the global warming stuff.
If me and you go stand in the road right down here at Red Jacket,
I'm gonna tell you right now,
we're going to jail.
No, we're gonna get smacked. I know these people. They're not gonna stop. They're gonna get to where they need to go. And honestly, these people's trying to go to work. I've seen this one where they're like, "Listen, if I don't get to work, I can't feed my kids."
Yeah.
If you have a problem with the global, you need to go to Washington.
Yep.
To go to the Capitol and go there.
Yep.
And do it there. Protest in front of there. That's where you need to go to. But you're protesting in the main road and stuff like that. It's really different.
It's getting pathetic. And I really
especially for the working people. Where do they work at?
I hate that the law ain't do it. It's the law in the law's hand. They're the ones that's allowing this. And then it's sad that the people, like, if a person does out of fear of their life run over, possibly injure these people, then it's on them.
Hey, man, like I said, I don't want to get political and all that.
I'm just saying, get them out of the damn road.
Yeah, but it all happened whenever you know who got in the president's seat. So, and he's been asleep for the last 3-4 years now. So.
Absolutely, 100%. 100%.
So I'll just go ahead and get that out the way.
So as we're sitting here, we got a lot of people. We got some people saying, congrats, David Jones, on the win. David Jones is the GOAT. So
I don't know about being the GOAT, but appreciate that big time.
But, I've been sitting here, this weekend, there was a lot happened, man. Well, let's start here with college football. We got the college football top 10, I think, on here. As we'll pull this up here real quick, but, the big shock of the week, well, okay, is there, let's start with UK. Uh-huh. University of Kentucky gets a huge win over Ball State, ended up covering the spread. You telling me that the coaches didn't know that?
Oh, yeah, I called them. Yeah. I hit them up and like, listen, I said y'all was going to cover. I need y'all to cover. Because I knew I had picked a couple teams I need to bounce back.
Come down, think about it. Come down to that play that covered. Yeah. It's crazy how Vegas can magically know this stuff.
Well, that's the same thing that happened at Penn State. They scored with 2 seconds left to cover the spread.
But
they wouldn't cover
on purpose. Yeah. To cover the spread.
Yeah. Oh, Kentucky didn't?
UK, you got to think.
I had to. We won that pick.
And I was very, listen, West Virginia, they got to do something. It's looking bad up there in Morgantown right now. And we're big Neil Brown fans here. But, things, listen, if this year don't straighten up, they've got to be a change next year.
Well, here's the thing. You got to recruit your state. You're not keeping the top recruits in the state.
Yep.
You got Robbie Martin from Huntington, the number 1 tackle, going to North Carolina State. Guess who at North Carolina State? Gibby. He was the defensive coordinator. He's Mr. West Virginia. And I'll tell you right now, that's who they need to go after this one. If they can go after him, he understands how to recruit the states. You know what I'm saying? Look at Stoops. When did Stoops start getting a lot better? Keeping those in-state kids, the top dog in-state kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They can actually play there and all that. You know. And then after that, you're getting those top dogs, top 100 kids and all that. They're going to attract the other kids.
Yeah, absolutely. They recruit like no other. I mean, and that's what, in Kentucky, that's what they do. They go and they get a good lineman, a popular lineman, and then that kid goes and gets all his friends. You know?
That's it.
And that's how it's happened in the Stoops area, and that's why Kentucky owns recruiting in Bluegrass State.
Yes, you're right.
But, you know, I mean, now, if you had to say, you know, I mean, the spot that didn't look too well for Kentucky, it was Leary. You know, Leary, you know, he had a solid game. It wasn't awful by any means, but he wasn't what people, you know, advertised.
Right.
You know, and it was his first game, so I'm giving him slack.
I guarantee he had some jitters, especially playing in it's Commonwealth Stadium to me. I played in Commonwealth Stadium. I know it's called Kroger Field, but it's Commonwealth Stadium to me. I had all my memories in Commonwealth Stadium. So, but you know, he didn't have that at North Carolina State. It's a whole lot different. I've been in North Carolina State Stadium. Of course, I played in Commonwealth for Kroger Field. I played there. Yeah. Totally different atmospheres. Kroger Field is just rocks, boy.
Oh yeah,
it just rocks. I mean, and it's a consistent rock. You know, and NC State, that's more of a Kentucky basketball. It's more your older folks and stuff like that. So I think that was the difference. But you know, he got this under the belt.
I got faith in him.
He's gonna have to come out and get EKU really good.
Yeah.
That has to happen.
Well, I mean, I can't wait for that game, you know, because, you know, I mean, there's some meat in the fire, you know.
That's this weekend.
Yep. Former D&D host Isaac Dixon, coming guest host last year, is over there now.
And he's going to get to play, right?
Yeah, he's kick returner, so he.
Yeah. So he didn't have to sit out.
No,
that's awesome.
No, he got a couple. His fair catches.
2 kick returns in the Cincinnati game, but fair catches.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You tell me how big it would be if Isaac got to return one back. I want the Cats to win, but I would love for Mr. Football Isaac Dixon.
I love that also, man. That would be very special.
It'd be a huge win for the Crunch Time crew.
Yes,
so
it would.
But you know, and then I guess, you know, moving on, the big surprise of the weekend was Deion Sanders knocking off the TCU ranked team. Think about this. Everybody, like, he went in, he said, get out of here. He started his team from scratch, getting his guys, and then, I mean, his son had a tremendous game. I mean, just
he's a 5-star quarterback coming out of high school, played in Texas. What do people expect?
That's it. Everything went well for Prime. Yep.
The only difference between HBCUs and lower level colleges, the only difference is that interior line. Them two are the only difference. The skills you can play anywhere. I played with cats, man, that you wouldn't even expect to be on a D1 level that got out there and was good. Yeah. I mean, I'm like, what? But they was good. But that's the only difference in between those two, what you call it. And I mean, and look what he did. I'm a huge fan of Deion.
Well, TCU was the national runner-up last year. I just think
and they're ranked 22 now.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, that was huge, man. Yeah.
But he'll still get that. He gonna still get that hate because a lot of people don't like because he's competition. I posted something like that today. He's competition to people. Yeah. That's just like us up here. A lot of people, you know, hell, I ain't have them even talk to me or nothing until we beat Tug Valley. Yep. You know, and trust me, I know each and every one of them. I know who support us and who don't.
Yeah, just like Deion. Yeah,
but I don't say nothing. I just smile. I say hi to the folks. But at the end of the day, you know, none of them people's going to the top with us. I promise you that.
No. Our guy Bud Clemens, we was talking about West Virginia a while ago. Said, do you think some teams aren't as good in this year in the state? Said some teams not as good this year that have been in the past 3 years, or have the reclassified kids done moved out?
Well, in Kentucky, correct? Yeah. In Kentucky, honestly, Bud, and you know, I'm always real with you. That was one of the biggest reasons why I left Bourbon County, is because everybody around us did the holdback rule. And we was the only school that did not do the holdback rule, and it was, as you can tell, you know, it hurt our kids worse than anything.
Imagine that. Another school board hurting kids.
Yeah, it really did. It hurt us more than anything, you know, and we just couldn't compete with those guys. We couldn't compete. You know, you had Boyle County, you had Lex Catherine, you know, you had even Anderson County. They all had the holdback rule, and they didn't even approach us coaches or anybody like that about this holdback rule or about if we wanted to do it, we thought we needed. They already automatically thought that it was more about a sport than it was about academics. No, we had kids that were 17 years old having to graduate and missing half of the school year because of COVID and stuff, and having to go on to go to college, and it hurt them. We had a big time kid that was going to Marshall, and it hurt him.
Yeah,
you know, and that really affected everything there. And to be honest with you, Bud, it's going to affect Bourbon a long time because you know a lot of the kids left and didn't want to come there because of that. Yep. Which there was there was open enrollment school. There was a lot trying to come over there because of that, you know, but they didn't do it, so they went other places. But Bourbon could have been power.
Oh,
my God, people have no clue.
I agree 100%. Listen, we're going to take a quick break. Producer KJ's pushing us out here, guys. When we come back, we're going to have Coach Shep join in on the show with us here, and we will also. I'm going to tell you why one local team climbed the ranking list on where he ranks on my favorite mountain teams. Local team done something that made me a big fan this weekend. We'll be right back here on Crunch Time.
If you're looking for a great selection and a great experience for your next Harley-Davidson, come on down to Mountain State Harley-Davidson here in Del Barton, West Virginia.
We have new 2023 models in stock and ready for delivery. Special financing available.
Or choose pre-owned with one of the largest inventories in the tri-state area with great low prices.
Visit our showroom filled with licensed Harley-Davidson apparel and more.
Don't write that check until you check with us, Mountain State Harley-Davidson, 61 Priest Bottom Road, or visit us online at mountainstatehd.com.
Looking for a great selection, great prices, and a great experience on your next ATV, motorcycle, or side-by-side? Come check out Kiefer's Kawasaki.
Our number one goal is to offer you the best power sport experience at a great price.
Like this new 23 Kawasaki Teryx 4 for only $17,999.
Before you write that check, check with us.
And remember, your adventure starts here at Kiefer Kawasaki. Route 44 South, Jerry West Highway in Logan, or visit KiefersPowersports.net.
Here at Logan Bank & Trust, we are committed to serving the needs of the Southern coalfields. So if you need to borrow money, remember, we are just a click away.
Here at LB&T, we make online banking easy.
We've taken the hassle out of applying for a loan on our new website. It's as simple as going to our lbnt.com website and choosing the loan product that best suits your needs.
Your loan on your time. Visit us at lbnt.com. You're only a click away.
So if you need to borrow money, remember, we are just a click away. It's easy to apply online at lbnt.com, and all decisions are made locally. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
If you was pushed out of the area because of loss of work in the coal industry, look no longer. Jim Marr is here for you. Jim Marr is now hiring for all positions in the coal field. Stop by their offices in Logan, West Virginia or in Wheeling, West Virginia and apply today.
All right, guys, we're back here on Crunch Time. This segment of the show is sponsored by Justin Markham Law Office.
Justin Markham Law Office. If you need a lawyer and you're looking for a certain outcome, make sure you go. He will get you the outcome you're looking for and the judgment you deserve. Justin Markham is one of the finest lawyers in Mingo County. So as we're moving on, guys, if you're just tuning in, David Jones to my left, producer KJ, I'm Darryl McCoy, and we got Coach Shep in the house here. So, guys, welcome Coach Shep to the show here.
Hey, listen, we have to call him Coach Zero. The Westside scored on our backup JV guys the other night. Let me tell you this. So he knew. It's the funniest thing. This is how competitive we are, man. And you know we call the my bad guys, my allergy is crazy. We're calling the guys out or whatever, and they come up, Coach. We need this goose egg. We work hard. You know that these are the players talking to me. I seen Coach Shep with corner out.
Yeah.
Corner out. Be like that. I said, and I was like, no, we're good. We just go ahead and put our guys in, and absolutely everybody got to play.
Yeah.
You know, it was
Night.
awesome. Yeah. If they wouldn't have cut back fields, because we had kids playing a position they should have never played at. We just put them out there. If they wouldn't have cut back fields, because we had the kids in there that they don't normally cut back. If we had our guys, they wouldn't have got in there. But it was a great just seeing them get to play.
Well, I hate it for our guys. Yeah, I mean, obviously we love the big blowout win, but we do hate that Coach Koger. You know, he was on the losing side.
We don't like the blowout wins. I don't do that. As you can tell, like against Tug and stuff, we just don't do that. And we was just waiting on them to put in the JV squad because where we're at right now. It's hard for we couldn't if their varsity was they would have hurt our JV kids.
Oh yeah,
they were just so big.
Absolutely,
and they would have hurt our kids. So
they were big up front.
They was huge. They stopped our run. Yeah. So that's really hard to do, as you can tell from our first game.
Yeah, we'll go into that here in a little bit. Here we got David Tiny Cottle says, "Hello guys, my favorite show and announcers." Joe Kinder says WVU has average talent. That's their issue. Jason Blair, tuning in from Anderson County. Jimmy Johnson says it's more about timing with snaps for the first time starting center threw off timing on wide receiver routes with a combination for Leary. So that could have been an issue. Then
oh, no, that's no issue. They had all summer to practice.
Yep. Lewis Rattler says, I agree, kids shouldn't have been held back.
I wouldn't say that. Pikeville did it. Don't say that. You're going to get booted from Pikeville now. Don't do that.
They said, the Bears fan says, Coach Shep said, D.C. Mountain Goat.
Yeah.
So, and Joe Kinder says, give Shep a parking spot.
Thank you.
Y'all calm down. Hey, we already got our soccer coach, Coach Brad. We got him squared away. Now, we getting there. Coach Shep got a raise, My boy got a raise. He got a double raise,
Hey, you know what I'm saying? At least I'm getting the park in the back. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to walk all the way around.
Yeah,
I'm still in the
back. I used to make him walk from all the way up here.
Right.
He come to me, he's like, hey, you seen what we did to our rival, right? So I was like, yeah, you can move on up to the locker room.
Thank you.
Well, as we're sitting here, guys, bear with me. My eyes ain't working too well, so if you see me squinting, that's the issue. One of our mountain teams, I seen a video go viral, and I want to play this. One of our mountain teams was singing a good song on a bus, a song that hits home.
Got folks in the street, ain't got nothing to eat, and the obese milking welfare. God, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, that's all I'm paying for your bags of bus round.
As you're sitting there, Pikeville Panthers, man, singing one of the most popular songs out right now. It was just neat to see them kids sing that, and it made you feel mountainous, Yeah. So Pikeville, listen, you gained a super fan with that song there.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. But
I agree. I don't either.
We'll let you play it during commercial break.
Let me hear it.
Yeah, I know you've heard the song, but it's but then before we go into this week's games, I was sitting there looking at some of the stats, as I bring stats to the show every game, and man, some of these stats are getting out of hand, man. Some of this stat padding, unreal. Listen, either some of these teams don't know how to take stats, or they don't realize what certain things are, or they're deliberately padding stats.
Yeah.
Now, a few years ago, we seen some unreal ones, and it was come find out it was a parent that was taking stats, but that stuff, there's so many games these days that streamed. There should be no reason that somebody can't go back and verify that.
Yeah, that's why, which we got Joe Kinzer, he does our stats. He Mr. Statistics, so we always on top of our stuff.
Yep.
But when I was in Kentucky, my goodness.
Yeah.
And I would go in and check stuff, and I'm like, I know darn well this kid didn't have 31 tackles because he played against us.
Yep.
We didn't have 31 plays of offense at that time. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, there's no way or whatever. And when you go in there, you'll look at number of plays, and then you'll add that in with the number of tackles.
Yeah.
If that don't add up, baby, y'all gotta chill out with that because you're not helping them any day. Colleges,
I understand
they're gonna watch
if
the film.
it's if it's hell, if it's 10 to 15 off,
right?
But when it starts getting 70 off, you're like, oh, what's going on here? I mean,
one man on the field.
Yeah,
one man on the field.
This team ran 300 plays.
Hey, what if we had a stat come in? We had. Oh, this cat had 50 tackles.
Yeah.
I know
right.
he's like,
you already know.
Like we ain't posting that.
No. Hey, as a DC bro, no.
Like, no, we ain't posting that.
Not on my watch.
Right, and he was all American, so he knows.
Yeah.
Like, you ain't posting that.
No, right? I mean, I just wanted to, man, that stuff, calm down or, give your stat keepers classes on, how to take stats. Like if it's baseball, okay, this is a hit.
Right.
Football, this is a tackle,
Right.
So,
well, we do that. So if we see a kid come in, and we get the sack, and there's a kid there too, he's gonna get an assist.
Yeah.
That's how we'll do. But we'll put a 0.5 on there. He got a half sack.
Yeah.
He didn't get a full sack. You know, so we never take it away from the person that actually get it.
Yeah.
But those type of things, you do. But patting, if we got a guy that you get making tackles, okay, and then another guy just come over, that's not a tackle. That's not an assist.
Right.
He just come over and touch you after the play.
The only way it should be an assisted tackle is if the guy's still on his feet and you help take him down. Yeah.
If I got a game tackle in there, we're giving everybody in that game tackle.
That's
for example, we're gonna give them a 0.5 if we can't see who it is.
Yeah.
Right.
No, 100%.
They get a 0.5, which is a half tackle for all of them.
No, 100%. But I wanted to bring that up. It was something that's been on my mind.
Yeah, I understand.
We got looks like Greg Hayes says, when y'all doing a Hazard Middle School football game again? Said we need another one. They're 5-0. Yes, they beat Johnson Central this week. Beat Johnson Central 38-28, and Maddox Bryant. Kid's unreal. Had 5 touchdowns against Johnson Central's defense.
Maddox is a stud. I coached him in the FBU. Well, he was actually playing in FBU with my son and them, so I watched him play, whatever. But I know his dad very well.
Yeah.
And stud.
Yeah.
When I say stud.
Yeah, he's unreal.
Like he'd come to a high school right now and start for a high school. He's a stud.
Yeah. I agree 100%. They, by the way, we have Hazard this weekend. We will be doing the Border Bow at Belfry with Coach Boger and his crew. I always want to thank Coach Boger and Coach May up there for having us as their.
Oh, is it this weekend?
Yeah,
Saturday.
Yeah, it's Saturday. So.
Am I allowed to come over, guys?
Williamson, Birch, Lenore, all them's playing in it.
Yeah,
so
middle school.
Definitely come. I'm gonna have to pay this time though.
Yeah,
I gotta pay. I used to didn't have to pay when I go over there.
They're gonna make you pay double.
Probably so.
But
sorry, y'all still ain't getting our kids.
Nah. Also had.
I'll play with Coach Boger like that.
Well, had McGoffin County got a big win over Lawrence County, and they're still undefeated.
McGoffin County, I'm gonna tell you, we had a couple of their 6th graders last year. So
Colton Wright, that 6th grade class is unreal.
That's gonna class where Coach DeRossa has to be waiting on right there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. So said Heather Varney says love having Joe Kinzer as an announcer up on the mountain. Said he does a great job. Absolutely.
Yeah. Joe's my guy, man. Me and Joe been through a lot together, and we needed some help on here to bring his atmosphere back, and my boy delivered, man.
Oh, yeah. He absolutely does.
He sure do. That's my guy. That's my brother.
We're going to have his stats on here a little bit later. Well, while we're here, let's go ahead and go into and get it out of the way. Play the Mingo Central highlights, KJ, as we talk here. You know, this weekend, West Side, that going into that.
And again, Ross drops back.
He's got Burke wide open. Oh!
He hits it. Burke, touchdown.
Trips to the left.
Lance.
We're in the option play. Oh, fumble!
He gets blew up. Miners get it.
Oh!
He got it. He's across the 30, the 40, the 50. He's 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Man in motion. That's Burke in motion. Goes back the other way.
Uh-oh, he's got a run.
He's got room, KJ. He hits the sideline. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Miners. And that's going to be.
Love it. Going to walk into the end zone.
Would be huge if they could connect on it.
Oh, they got pressure on him too.
Man's looking downfield.
Oh, pick! It's intercepted. That's Struthers.
He's across the 30, the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Ross in again. He's rolling to his right side.
Ship. Touchdown.
Wow. So, you know, I don't see him taking a foot off the gas till they go to the
sideline. Oh, nice catch by
Beautiful
Shep.
grab.
He's going to have the sideline, too. Good blocking.
He's going to take it. He's loose. Across the 50, the 40, the 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Ross gets it to the flat.
Oh, that's Vance. Oh, it's in him.
Down the sideline. He's got some wheels across the 20, the 10. Touchdown. The spot, but
I was with somebody the other day that put a wave runner in at Burnwell Weeks, Darryl. Look at here. That's Kazai.
Yep, Kazai Joplin.
He's going to score, Darryl.
Yep, he's in there. Kazai Joplin. Happy birthday, Kazai Joplin.
And you've seen the highlights there. You know, we know at Tug Valley it was big because it was the Battle of Mingo County. This game here, anybody up here on the mountain, you know, it's almost been over the years that West Side's more of a rival with Mingo Central than Tug Valley is. You know, I mean, just talking to a lot of the kids up here because, you know, they kind of fight over the same kids, which you do with Valley too. But, you know, I mean, I guess, I don't know why.
West Side get a lot more Gilbert kids on that side.
Yeah.
I guess that side of the
So it's kind of the Gilbert kids see West Side as the rival, and you know Williamson kids probably see Tug Valley as more of a rival.
Coach can
I think that's probably more of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mingo County over this side of the mountain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that'll be a rival with Williamson. Well, the Tug Valley area down that way for us.
Well, before we get to Coach Jones here, you know, I mean, you got to be proud, Papa. You know, I mean, Malachi Shepard. You know, we've said it for 4 years now. If this kid had the opportunity and was put in the right spots, this kid's a superstar. We seen it the other night. He done it on both sides of the football. They could not get anything going offensively. He was just having a field day. And then, I mean, if he would have touched it 4 more times, KJ, he would have probably had 4 more touchdowns.
Yeah.
And then on defense, I mean, this kid was everywhere. Nobody really knows him on the defensive side like that, but you do now. I mean, you got to be proud.
He don't brag on him. Say, I have to come to him and be like, bro, like, he's a dog.
That was unreal.
He's like, you know. He needs. I'm like, no, dog. He's a dog. Like, I'll talk. Let me talk about it. I'm telling you, like I've said this since I've said this from the beginning because I've seen this cat from the youngster, from way youngster to like last year. I watched it very closely, you know, and I'm just like, golly, like if they just put him in the right positions, I mean, just put the ball in his hands, and then on defense, let him be free because he is the smartest dude. He was telling me stuff, and I would go back and be like, bro, like, he right.
Yeah.
I was like, he right. And he's just so smart, man. Like, it's just, like, I know I rave over this, but the kid is D1 talent. And I was talking to K-State yesterday.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm telling him, like, look, man, like he's hitting, like, you know, like, I know y'all want to get him, but if somebody come on, you know, like he's hitting, he's a D1 talent. You know, they're like, well, what can you do? I'm like, I can just give you his number
Yeah.
because he's just that type of player, you know.
Yeah. Oh, well,
and in the classroom, he's a freaking 4.0 student, dude. It's unbelievable. He's in all the HISTA stuff, all that. Like he got it.
Well, to say the least, things haven't been easy for you guys up here. You know, what I mean, because you've had these years to where you know it was there, but things just didn't go that way. This year, I mean, he's starting out with a fabulous season. You know, right now, y'all got to like what's going on.
Oh, yes. I mean, I've always told him, you know, no matter how you feel, no matter what's going on at the team or how coaching going or whatever, you keep doing you, your time will come.
Yeah.
Your time will come. And he I mean, I guess he's more of his mom's child. I'll be honest. But he's so humble. Like at Tug Valley, when he made the play, falling on the ground, getting back up, and then catching the ball, like that was a huge play. If you watch him, he gets the ball, hand it back to the ref, like okay, like it's okay. So I mean, as a dad, yes, I ain't gonna lie and say, you know, but I am proud of him. But like every day tell him, look, you got more to prove.
Yep,
you got more to prove. And you know, and for even last year, he always came to me and was like, Dad, I just need the ball in my hands more. This, and like I told him, look, when we on the football field, I'm a coach.
Yeah,
I'm a coach. If you want the ball in your hand, go tell the coach you want the offensive coordinator that you want the ball in your hands.
Yeah.
And then so you know
you
we have that little tough love. You know, when we on the field, I'm a coach. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give it to you just like I give it to anybody else.
Well, Mingy Beef Jerky Player of the Game. He was a Mingy Beef Jerky primetime performer. I mean, this kid, he got unreal votes for Player of the Week. This, you know, it's a good way to teach your kid as a father. Is it's not always on our time; it's on God's time.
That's exactly.
So you know, everything's going to work out this year, you know, for him.
That's it.
Yep.
Just stay humble, keep doing what you do, man. That's
and I'm telling you, my email and text is blowing up. And my words is, I told y'all that this summer. When I knew it, and you know, I knew it. I was like, you know, I told y'all that this summer, you know. And I got several other guys that's hit me up. I actually had one from Pikeville. I said, don't you know his dad's was an All-American here?
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, that's his son. Yeah, he may be 4 foot taller than him.
Hey.
But that's his son. Like,
right.
If anybody, I'll be getting his daddy here, getting him over here. Hey, look, we need to get him here, you know, and stuff, because he's been to camps over there. He's been all these places. My brother remembered him when he was at the camp. And I've got some messages from dudes up north, you know, and Fairmont and all them. Like, hey, man, I'm like, that's the same kid. Like, he's been here, you know. And he's not from Belfry. He's from over in, what is it?
In
Raglan.
No. We actually call Pigeon Creek.
Pigeon Creek, Pigeon Creek. Oh, yeah, that Raglan's downtown way.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
And we go into, when you sit there and listen, when we're going to talk, we're going to release the Double Quick Player of the Week, Mingy Beef Jerky Primetime Performers here next segment. But, you know, you can talk about the Chris Rosses, you can talk about the Monty Lovetts, but the kid that I see doing so much up here that doesn't get the limelight, but I've called his name a ton the last 2 weeks, is the Moore kid.
Oh, James Moore.
Yeah.
Listen, James Moore is an absolute stud.
Yeah, I mean,
him and Alex Muncie.
Yes, that's another one.
Number 11. Now, I know you mentioned to me.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and I told you, I said, look, man, like, them they're dudes.
Yep.
You know, they are dudes. And you, listen, we had to tell James, man, just believe in yourself when you're going to make a play, because he don't want to mess up, you know, but he's getting out of there, and my goodness. I mean, he's just a stud. I mean, I can't rave more about both of them guys. Coach would tell you that they're his outside linebackers.
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
my God, like, we talked, they had their hand in the ground. When I first watched film from last year, they had their hand in the ground. And I was like, not so fast, my friend. I said, look, if we get these guys and stand them up, they can use their athletic ability and what's happening.
That's it.
Yeah. Producer KJ's rushing us to break here. Before we go,
and he ate my food.
Before we go, I want to talk about. I don't want to talk about. I just want to say, listen, hats off to y'all the way y'all are using Aiden Burke. Y'all's putting that kid in situations for him to succeed. And I know I'm not the only one out there that feels if you gave the ball to Dylan Vance 50 times a game, he would score 50 times a game. I mean, this kid, he has some burners.
Oh, yeah.
He do.
Yeah, hey, listen.
Hey, he get in the opening now.
That's it. And you got Sammons. Sammons know how to put the ball in his athlete's hands.
Yep.
He is the best at it. And the key thing about this whole thing that's going on here, our kids is not selfish.
Yeah,
our kids
that's
root
clear.
for each other, man. And I mean, it's just been, dude, I've never had this before. It's just been so phenomenal.
No, just being around what we've been around, you can tell there's something special going on my ground.
Yes,
I mean,
it
you
really
can feel
is.
it.
Yeah,
it really is.
So, guys, we're going to take a quick break. Make sure you hit that like and share button. When we come back, we're going to give you the double quick player of the week, the mini beef jerky primetime performers, and we're going to go into talking about last week's game. Come right back and join us on Crunch Time.
Let the folks at Double Quick help you start your 2022 off right. They've brought back the Bourbon Pecan Coffee for a limited time only. You can also quench your thirst with the great deals on fountain drinks they offer daily. Double Quick is your one-stop shop for everything. They offer breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can stop by one of their many storefront locations spread throughout eastern Kentucky. Stop by and let Double Quick make your day better.
Hi, everybody. Dave Baker here for Citizens Bank in Kentucky. Do you want to love your car even more? How about putting extra cash in your pocket each month by refinancing with new low rates at CBK? It is fast. It's easy. All you have to do is log on to wearecitizens.bank.
This is Bruce Walters from Bruce Walters Kia. By now, you know Kia is a great vehicle, and you know they come with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. So why should you buy from Bruce Walters Kia? At Bruce Walters Kia, we're going to change your oil for free for life. And what you do with that money you save is up to you. Come check out the 2022 Kia Carnival and the 2021 Kia Sorento, only at Bruce Walters Kia in Pikeville. Or shop us online at brucewalterskia.com.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be, for generations to come.
All right, guys, we're back here on Crunch Time. This segment of the show is sponsored by Three Guys Pizza and Brew.
Three Guys Pizza and Brew, owned by McNamee, our friend Jared, and I think Jack New is
Larry Jack.
Larry Jack. Listen, Three Guys Pizza and Brew. There's not a pizza place in Williamson that's it's the best pizza place since Little Venus, and I'll go bar none with that.
Yeah. Are you talking about in Williamson?
Yeah, in Williamson. Yep. So
I don't really remember Little Venus.
Listen, by far, I'm not kidding. There's never anything that will touch Little Venus.
No. I don't really remember.
No, it's unreal.
But Three Guys, and not only the pizza.
Yeah,
but
the atmosphere. Yeah. I mean, listen, I go there all the time on Sundays watching ball games.
Got some great workers there. I like it how we go in, they interact with us.
Yeah, last year we went there on Sunday numerous times to watch football games. Yeah. I mean, it's just a great place to watch a ball game. Great atmosphere there.
Hey, we got to go do a show over there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, we done one when the Tug Valley went to state.
I remember that. Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, we got to do one of these Crunch Times there. Yeah. Ethan Cummings said he'll send over the pairings for the John Brown bow. Yes, Pretty sure it's the one Mate one's in.
Yeah, so, it is.
Yeah, so Ethan doing big things
Coach.
over there.
Definitely going to be, absolutely.
Yeah. So we just got word that we got a text from an unknown source saying that they ran the homeless out from under the bridge. That's why these houses are burning, because they've got to seek shelter somewhere. Yeah. So, I mean, you run them out from under the bridge, they're going to go in there and they're going to use.
They're not hurting up under the bridge.
No,
it's a sad situation.
That's it.
Absolutely, but they're not hurting anybody.
And Williamson, and listen, these buildings are valuable to the city of Williamson because you want to keep them and restore them
here's
someday.
The thing, the abandoned ones tear them down.
Yeah. If
I don't
if
know
it's
the process
not,
of that. If it's not like a landmark,
historic,
or something like that, tear it down.
No, I agree 100%. I mean, that's something that's got to be done. And then as we're going here, KJ, let's bring up the Mingy Beef Jerky Player of the Week, and it goes to KJ. One, Chris Ross. Chris Ross had 5 touchdowns. How many yards, KJ?
13 for 19 passing, 346 yards, 5 touchdowns.
Unreal. Listen, this kid, Chef, you was here last year. I mean, y'all had a quarterback carousel going on,
right.
And Ross was the one that everybody thought was the man, but then things didn't go so well, so they tried a couple more pieces. Did you ever see at that point when y'all had to go to another quarterback that Chris Ross would be what he is this year?
Well, I'll be honest. I knew Chris could do what he's doing now.
Yeah.
I mean, he just wasn't comfortable. Yeah. He wasn't comfortable. He didn't believe in himself. Like he was more down. Now he's getting to be himself. He's getting to be himself. He feel more relieved, not so much pressure. So I mean, I knew he could do it.
Yeah.
And I can promise you, we wasn't past that.
From day one, you said that was your guy. From day one when you got here, you said Chris Ross is my guy. You haven't wavered from it, and I think that confidence from his coach has helped him.
Yes.
He knows he ain't got to look over his back. He knows he can go out there, just focus on getting better, and you see, what's come from it.
I mean, like I said, I've known Chris is like my nephew.
Yep.
If anybody know Chris, is myself. And and I understood. We talked all the time. I mean, when I was gone, we talked a lot. Or I'll keep up with his mother and talk with her and stuff. And she always let me know what's going on. And I always said, I'm like, he has to have somebody that believes in him. That's what type of kid he is. I was one of those kids. I was one of those. The reason why I was so successful, whenever I went to Belford, they believed in me, number one. And number two is, if somebody believes in me, I'm going to prepare 100%. I'm going to grind 100%. I'm going to make sure I'm doing what I got to do so I don't make them disappointed in me.
Yep.
And that's him. He'll go make a mistake. And he know my number one rule. Don't you ever put your head down.
Yep.
Don't you you play the next play. He walk off the field. We're good, guys. We're good. That's
right.
the difference in him.
That's
that's the major difference. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to throw picks. You're going to make a bad decision. They're kids.
Yep. No, absolutely. Absolutely. They're going to make mistakes. So, as we're sitting here, a couple comments coming in. Jennifer Dotson watching from Tennessee. We got Jamie Prince says, wish you all were covering Scott games this year. We do too. We built good connections with that community. We are right now, we're in the midst. We're trying to work it out to where we can still keep Scott in our coverage area. We'll know for sure by Sunday. We'll know how that's going to go. Right now they are, but we'll know how that's going to go. But I do hate that we're not there.
Well, it's hurting a Kennedy Ward guy.
That's it.
It could be getting that recognition he deserved big time.
Yep.
It's just
it does.
Some people, it's just it's not about the kids. Some people it's just about an ego, and you got to get that ego. I don't like a lot of people, but at the end of the day, if I know that's going to affect our team,
yep.
I'm gonna swallow my pride, and we're gonna make it happen.
I agree 100%. Yep.
It's bigger than me. I'm an adult.
Yeah, no, you're spot on with that. I mean, that's the way it should be, and I hope we're able to keep them in our coverage area, but we'll find out and let you know by Sunday.
That's one of my guys, and his dad is one of my, my brother's best friend, and he's a great friend of mine.
Well, that's the difference between D&D Sports Network and these other streaming services. They're streaming services. D&D is a media outlet.
Yes, we actually do player of the games. throw your stats out to the West Virginia side,
to college coaches.
Coaches. And
we have a nationwide reach, so that's the difference, So we got and Jacoby Quall says Prestonsburg B team football said plays Betsy Lane. You guys should cover it. We don't know if we'll make it to that one because we're already scheduled, but we'll try to get one soon. KJ, Mingy Beef Jerky primetime performers. Who we got?
Ace Cottle from Belfry had 9 carries, 90 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 receptions, 79 yards, and a touchdown. Carter Parsons from Betsy Lane was 11 of 21 passing, 54 yards, 5 touchdowns, 2 2-point conversions. Malachi Shepard from Mingo Central, 4 receptions, 111 yards, 2 touchdowns, 9 tackles, 2 for loss, a 90-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown. I think it's more like 97, wasn't it?
I think it
was. Hey, it's good. It's still good.
It's in the 90s.
Yeah. LeBryant Strader from Ashland was 13 of 22, 233 yards, 3 touchdowns. He also had 12 carries for 52 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Against G-Dub. That was huge. Ashland's cooking right now.
They are.
And don't forget, guys, later in the show, we will release the first top 10 rankings of the season. Make sure you stick around for that.
I didn't even know about that.
Well, I forgot about it. I forgot about it just now.
What?
Yeah, so top 10 rankings coming up later in the show, guys. Make sure you stick around. Hit that like and share button. But before we go, before we go any further, man, Ace Cottle. People were sitting there, it's like, this kid had 4 touchdowns. This had this. You had Ace Cottle. This was his true coming out party. He's done it before in games. But this one here, you take Ace Cottle, who a lot of people says, the kid's got to grow, kid's got to do this. He went up against the biggest and the baddest team. In the mountains in 4A, and he absolutely done what he wanted. There was no doubt that this kid was a Mingy Beef Jerky primetime performer with that performance.
Listen, I've always been on high on Ace.
Yep.
And still holds now. Ace is the top dog of Belfry football.
Yeah.
Every game he go in, everybody overlook him because of size and this and that. But one thing you cannot teach is speed.
No.
And that's what he has. And one other thing you can't teach, and that's heart.
Yeah.
And he has that too. Ace Cottle is hands down, he's one of the top Belfry guys now, and he's only a sophomore.
Yeah.
And until somebody else come along or whatever, I got to give it to Ace because he's not only doing it on the offensive side, he's going on the defensive side also.
Oh yeah. That's the big thing right now. This kid,
he's a stud. Man.
People say
he's a freaking stud.
How many? Shep. When people talk, you hear the Cottles, the Howards, There's something about a bloodline, right?
Yes, sir.
If you got a bloodline like Micah, Chip Cottle, Micah Cottle, Jonah Cottle, it's in his blood.
And it when you have people like that done it, like it makes you work that harder to try to do better than them. Like it's almost like you build up for a name. Like you know what I'm saying? I gotta hold this name down.
That's
like,
it. Yes. Yeah.
So I understand it.
And that's the thing. That's a battle within their self. They're pushing because they don't want to be the ones sitting there on Thanksgiving knowing they're the ones that didn't deliver.
Right.
So it's but hats off to him. And listen, Caden Woolham had a really good game in that game as well. So take nothing from him.
No, absolutely not. He's a stud also. And I see Lewis, you talking about Blake Cottle. Listen again, like I said last time, and I need you to write this down. If you send in their stats, you can do it yourself.
Well, he had 1 touchdown.
I was about to say that.
Now it was the game-winning touchdown.
Right, but one, and on top of that, send 2. I think he had 2 touchdowns.
Did he have 2?
Yeah, but send in his stats to us. But we don't get any stats from there. Send in his stats, and I promise you, we'll get your Panthers on there. Okay?
Yeah.
I don't know what did they do last week.
They got beat by LCA.
Yeah.
They got beat 31-12?
Yeah, by LCA.
31-16.
31-13. 31-13. You know, and that there, I mean, I think most people.
That's different. They are playing some battles. But anyway, just send in their stats, Lewis, man. Quit getting on this trip that we don't like pipe and all this because it's bull crap. Me and Coach Sully and Coach McNamee were very close.
I got some people over there on that.
Yeah, we're very close with Pipe. And it has nothing to do with that staff or anything. Me and Brad Allen, that's one of my best friends. So let's get that narrative out the way. I don't like that.
We had another network that, I mean, that was the other thing. Another network actually, reach out. They didn't mention us by name, but, I mean, we misspelled a school's name. And then they go and they blast, the writer, and I'm like, listen, if you really think that we have something against, because they was like throwing up Belfry, and I'm like, listen, it's bigger. It's bigger than Belfry and so. It's bigger than that for us. And
that's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's what
all of these kids is our kids.
Make a statement. We don't even go and cover Belfry games, but we get their stats and stuff. Do you see them on here getting stuff?
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's it.
That's all I need to say. And that's just chill out, man.
Yeah. It's bigger than rivalries. It's about mountains. Yeah.
I just can't stand that, man. Like, we got a lot of negativity out here. Like, don't be. This is high school football.
Right.
Stop the negativity. Stop saying that bull crap. Because the number one thing is we getting these kids looks. And if you're so
that
worried
nobody
about,
else can.
Nobody else can. If you're so worried about it, send in their stuff.
That is 100.
Send in their stuff.
That is 100. I totally 100 agree. Like this show here, like if ain't nobody about the kids, they about the kids.
Yep.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? It ain't about we don't want to show their stuff. We don't. No, listen, Coach Jones, them all about them kids, man. Like they all the way hands down. Like. If you want your kid to be known, hey.
Get on. Just send the message over.
Hey, get it to him. I promise you.
In the next 2 days, we can't release who or anything like that. But if you want to know how much we are about the kids, wait till you see the news that we'll be releasing in the next 2 days, and then you'll see how valuable and that we are.
Absolutely.
So
I can't wait.
big things happening. So. Paul Howard Jr. says, are we still on for next Wednesday? Absolutely, my man.
You know, that's my quarterback, y'all.
Yep.
We definitely are, baby.
Then we got every team needs an ace in the hole, Chris Salmon says. Then we got Carl Little says, you guys don't give Clyde the big head. Said Cody Little, what's the biggest difference coaching in West Virginia than coaching in Kentucky?
The biggest difference, honestly, Central Kentucky is Central Kentucky football. So I can only, speak on that because that's where I just come from. I don't want to speak on when I was at Phelps or anything like that because it's totally different.
Yeah.
But here, because it's mountain ball.
Yep.
Phelps was mountain ball. All that's mountain ball. So the difference is the kids' mentality and the school's mentality.
That's it.
Just getting behind.
There's probably not much difference from Bourbon to here.
No, absolutely not.
But
the difference
it is from mountain football to here.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's literally it.
Because Bourbon feels like a West Virginia team the way that y'all had it.
Yeah, and it was. We just like that. It was just so much. That I don't want to speak on because it just is. It's just negative.
Yeah.
And I'm not a negative person. And it had nothing to do with no one. It was the holdback rule.
Yeah.
Everybody had to do it. We didn't. And it was all how that went. And I felt it hurt our kids. Community was behind us. Administration. Our school administration was all. We had one of the best ADs I've ever worked for. Down there also that was always behind us and stuff too. I mean, she was wonderful. But that the difference is mountain mentality. This is mountain mentality.
Absolutely. How about this? We got our guy Coach Hampton tuning in. Said thanks for coming and covering Shelby Valley. Listen, Coach, hopefully we'll be there the rest of the year for you guys,
yes,
especially at your home games. Right now, Shelby Valley, man, when you took, KJ, what was the final on that Shelby Valley game? They, if you don't care to look that up, they, Shelby Valley ended up, when they took the loss to Letcher, a lot of people don't know they was just out there running back.
Right.
And then they bounce back and they go down Louisa in a very hostile environment, get a big win over a very good Lawrence County team, and and then they come home. KJ, what was the score?
16-7 over Martin County.
Yeah, and then they come and get a win over a very stellar Martin County team. Martin County team that a lot of people – Martin County's got the talent there. It's just they got to fix a few things.
Yes.
That was a really good win for them, and he has one of the best quarterbacks in the mountains. Coach Hampton, D-Train, and crew, they got everything clicking right now down at Shelby Valley.
Yeah, I'm a defensive guy, and I like D-Train.
Yeah.
He actually plays what we play here. But I like D-Train, man. I'm a big Coach Johnson fan, too, and everything. So, them guys got it going on, man. And they've turned around that whole school. It was just a basketball school, I'm going to be honest. And it is both now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they just got good sports there now. And that's big.
We
got
coming
from my time.
Yeah. We got our guy Garen Thomas tuning in from Ashland. Says when you do your job well, you're always going to have critics. Says
Absolutely.
Keep doing what you're doing for the kids. It's appreciated. Aiden Burke's tuning in. We got Shane Prater.
Time to go to sleep, Aiden. It's 10 o'clock.
Yeah, we talked about that, Shane. We talked about McGoffin County starting out 4-0 earlier in the show. Huge things happening with that middle school program there at McGoffin. Then we got Madden Miller says, us players appreciate what you guys do. Said people will always have something negative to say. He's one of Martin County's stud players.
Oh, yeah, I know that
name,
man. And, hey, you keep doing what you do, big dog, and we're going to definitely keep on getting that name out there because you deserve it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
so
and your teammates.
But let's take a look at one of the biggest wins of the week. Happened in Boyd County. Let's take a look at East Carter.
They turn and hand it to Yoke, and he's open. And he
talk behind that, KJ.
High snap. Holbrook pulls it down. Collins is around the right side. He gets a great block by Castle, and he's gone. 10-5, touchdown. Hand it to Yoke, and he's going to walk in. Touchdown, East Carter, the ball carrier. Johnson's looking left, and he's going to throw deep. He's got the man, and he's caught the ball. He's going to go all the way for a touchdown. 80 yards, I believe that was. And Holbrook hands it. I believe that was Hedrick, I believe, in there, and he's going to go in for the touchdown. And they hand it to Thompson again. He makes a man miss, cuts inside the 5, and he's going to go in. Touchdown! And Johnson's going to roll to the right, and he's being chased, and that is caught for the. Holbrook's going to sneak it, and he's going to go up the middle, and it's a touchdown. Johnson takes the snap. He's looking to the left side, and that's going to be Roberts, and he's caught it for the touchdown.
All right, I mean, listen, Coach Champ, man, he took a tough loss to Estill County to start the year. Everybody jumped off the East Carter bandwagon, but you could tell, this East Carter team, they're young, but this is a very good team. That was a great win that they got over a very good Boyd County team at Boyd County.
Yeah, it's tough to play there, but I tell you what, Chapel, man, he doing it.
Oh, yeah.
He's doing a heck of a job, and I just love to see it, you know what I'm saying, because that Boyd County team is nothing to play with.
Well, East Carter come back with a late touchdown, won 33-28 on a fade route.
Yeah.
In that right there, in that game, Quentin Johnson went 10 for 15, 171 yards, 3 TDs. Landon Yoke, 22 carries, 158 yards, 2 TDs. Mikey Howe hauled in 7 receptions, 144 yards with 2 TDs. And then Isaac Messer had 7 tackles. Then we had Gabriel Bernardo and Jared Potter had 5 tackles. And then Cameron Collins for Boyd County had 5 carries, 90 yards, 2 TDs. Nate Manning had 9 tackles.
Wow.
So, this right here, listen, this Landon Yoke kid, watch this, hot take, may be better than Charles Terry.
Are you kidding?
He's that good. He's a sophomore.
I like that. I need to see him, man. It's so hard now because I'm coaching and stuff.
I mean, he's got the potential to be better than what Terry was. I mean, that says a lot because Terry was an animal.
Yes.
Yeah. But I mean, congratulations to East Carter. Big win there. And then as we go on down, let's take a look real quick. I want to save that Paintsville game until after timeout here. Leslie County 37, Martin County or Magoffin County 0. Landon Collette 13 for 17, 188 yards, 2 TDs. He carried the ball 5 times for 26 yards and a score. Dalton Maggard had 14 carries, 110 yards and a score. Bryce Pugh, 13 tackles. Jaden Hunter had 2 tackles, 3 interceptions. And then, let's see, you had Jenkins and Staniford from Magoffin County had 6 tackles apiece. Look through the stats. Looked like Magoffin County never got off the bus looking at the stats.
We got a highlight of Leslie County QB here. You want to play it?
Yeah, play it.
We're in for an incredible night. Oh, we're taking it up a notch. I can't believe what I'm seeing right now. Wes and Mike Teasy coming all strong. Straight into the end zone. Hey, be sure you stick around because we're only getting warmed up.
I mean, this Collette kid, everybody laughed at us when we had him ranked 8th quarterback, and they was like, Leslie County? Yeah, right.
I see that first game.
Like there's never been a quarterback from Leslie County that was good.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think what's his name? Like Calcher?
Yeah,
was it Calcher?
Right. I think
Yeah.
Number 1 NFL draft pick.
Yeah, that's it. It's in his blood. Yeah, you know how y'all was talking about the blood?
Yeah.
You go to be a quarterback there, that's a blood. You gotta be good. That dude's a stud.
But this kid's unreal. We watched him in person in week 1. He's continuing, man. I mean, these. It's going to be interesting to see how this team ends up.
Huge win for Prestonburg. You hear me?
Huge. That was a big win. This is a good Leslie County team.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to head up to Paintsville and see what went on there this week. Come right back and join us on Crunch Time.
On September 9th, AMW goes live on pay-per-view with King of the Mountains, live from Breathitt County High School in Jackson, Kentucky. Come be a part of this big event as we feature our King of the Mountains tournament, featuring Marty Clay, Kyle Maggard, Chase Emery, Misery, Cousin Big Frank, Chris Demise, Adrian Alexander, and NWA star AJ Kazana. In non-tournament action, the AMW Championship is on the line as the headliner Chris Michaels challenges Stan Sierra. And the AMW Southeastern Championship is on the line as Mega Destroyer defends against RT3 and Sean Evans. Tickets on sale at Eventbrite.com. Ringside $15. General admission $10 and students $5. If you're too far away and can't join us in person, you can purchase the pay-per-view at dndsports.com. Get ready, Jackson. AMW is on the way. We'll see you ringside on September 9th, bell time, 6:05.
Gracie and Tate Merchandising has become a staple here in the Danville and Madison community. They'll make sure you find that treasure that's been eluding you. Everything you need under one roof. New items at discounted prices right here at Gracie and Tate Merchandising. Go Skyhawks!
All right, guys, we're back on Crunch Time. This segment of the show is sponsored by AMW Wrestling.
AMW Wrestling, guys, make sure Saturday, come out to the Breathitt County Coliseum there. We will be there doing AMW Wrestling. You can order it. If you can't make it out, you can order it on pay-per-view. The website will be up on D&D Sports Network. Call Maggard, Big Cousin Frank. Nobody does it here in the mountains like AMW Wrestling. If you want a good, fun night, whether it's family fun or whether you're trying to take a date, this is something entertainment that everybody can enjoy at AMW.
Yeah, I like it honestly, and on top of that, You know, my buddy Justin McCoy, he got to go over there and have a great time too. He tell me all about it. That made me want to go.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm a big wrestling guy too. You know,
it's huge. And then you know, I mean, and we forgot to mention a while ago. Listen, when you talk Belfry, they can't do it without their quarterback. Chase Varney, you know, he's not going to have the opportunity to put, you know, mind-blowing stats up, but this kid is the real deal, man. He can, I mean, he could come out, and if he wanted, he could be putting, you know, these stats at Landry Collette or, you know, one of these other quarterbacks are, you know, but, you know, he's doing what he has to do to get his team to win.
System.
Yeah.
You know, you see another kid. I was blessed to be a part of, you know, his career, Sonny Warren, and then you see what he went on to do in college in a spread offense. You know, at University of Pikeville, he was able to break a lot of records.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, like I say, you gotta be unselfish to play in that system at a quarterback.
You absolutely do, and you know, none was more unselfish than Paul Jr. You know, when you talk, you know, that's what somebody said. He threw a lot of touchdowns. Listen, Paul Jr., he was tailor-made for that.
Yes, Paul Jr. was honestly one of the, I would say, the top quarterback to ever come out of Belfry, smart-wise, how to run the system and all that. You know, I know he told me and Doug Jr. a lot of the plays and stuff, but, you know, he was just so smart, man. And, I mean, and as far as quarterbacks that I played with, he's the top.
Yeah, I think he was tailor-made for the Belfry system. You know, I think, you know, and guys, we are talking about Pike County Attorney Paul Howard Jr. But, you know, I think, you know, as far as talent-wise, probably the most talented quarterback that I've seen come out of Belfry was Jonathan Wright.
Oh, well, yeah, we're talking about.
Yeah, you know, but he wasn't really fit for that system.
No, he was.
You know, he was kind of an air raid quarterback.
Yeah, he was an air raid quarterback.
In the earlier days, Dwayne Francisco was really good.
Yeah, well, that,
I wasn't going back there that far.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch.
I never got to watch Dwayne,
he was
but
good.
I knew that he can absolutely play it though.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, you got to be that guy to be able to run that system.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So now let's go down Paintsville. Now everybody jumping off Coach Hoskins' bandwagon, you know, and there's like, you know, I mean, maybe this, you know, I don't know if he's the guy, you know, he's, you know, but then he comes back and gets a huge win over rival Prestonsburg. You know, that's a huge game for both of them communities there. And for him to end up pulling that one out, I think it's 40-38 was the final in that one. Well, I got the stats right here. Let me bring them up here as, well, I thought I had stats. I don't guess I do here in front of me.
We got A.J. Johnson. He was player of the game. I got his stats here. He was 2 of 5 passing for 150 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had 11 carries, 55 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Check Kane Grimm's stats.
Yep, Kane Grimm. Offense, 21 carries, 135 yards, 2 touchdowns. And defense, he had 14 tackles as Paintsville beat Prestonsburg 40-38.
I mean, that huge win. And listen, the thing about this Paintsville team is they're young.
Yeah, they're really young. Absolutely, you know. And I know the growing pains that Coach is going through right now, and I went through them, you know, the last 2 years because, again, everybody else was older than us.
Yeah.
You know, and so I understand that growing pain and what he's going through and all that. Stay the course, Coach. Keep chopping the wood like you're doing, and I mean, you guys are going to be fine. You know, you'll always get your get back. In
a losing manner, Jacob Rose had 4 touchdowns for Prestonsburg.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, wow. So, you know, and that's the thing, you know, Coach Brewer, if you're Prestonsburg, you cannot let this game right here turn into 2 or 3 losses because it can very easily do it. But you don't want to let this one loss right here that, you know, everybody was up. It was kind of a Super Bowl mentality for Prestonsburg. Right. You don't want to let this roll into being a 2-3 loss.
Yeah.
You know.
No.
You know,
I mean,
stick with the one loss.
Yeah, no need for that because they're just too talented of a team for that.
Absolutely.
And they've had some injuries.
Yep. Carter Parsons at Betsy Lane, 43-0 over Fairview. Carter Parsons was 11 for 21, 254 yards, and 5 touchdowns on the night. Andrew McCutcheon, 8 carries, 58 yards, 1 TD. Isaiah Allen had 3 receptions, 70 yards, 2 TDs. And then Ryan Bradford and Adrian Whittam had 7 tackles apiece. Whittam also had a fumble recovery. Coach Darryl, it just keeps on rolling. They're one of the few undefeated teams left is Coach Darryl and the Bobcats.
I mean, they're doing a wonderful job, which, we're big high on Coach Darryl.
Yeah.
Man. He's a Prestonburg native, and, he's doing it up.
And he's got an assistant coach in Coach Quillen that gets it. He knows how to promote kids, and he does a really great job.
You got to have that blend. As a head coach, we're the smartest. If you want to be a great head coach, be smart.
Yeah. Get
those assistant coaches around you. It makes you look good.
It does,
and
absolutely.
I say it every day. Everybody say, great job, coach. It's not me. I'm not the only one here.
Yep.
It's my assistant that's making everything happen too,
Yep.
And I'm telling you, just like he do, we do too, that's whenever you see the success, that's our assistants.
In that Belfry game, Belfry got a mind-blowing win, 48-20 over Johnson Central, first one since 2017. Chase Varney was 3 for 5 with 85 yards and a TD. Caden Woolham had 14 carries, 153 yards, 2 touchdowns. Dre Young carried the rock 17 times for 55 yards and a score. Ace Cottle, 10 carries, 93 yards, 2 TDs, 2 receiving TDs, 79 yards and a TD. Coy Queen led the Pirates with 12 tackles. Caden Woolham, Tristan Chapman had 11 tackles apiece.
Wow.
In a losing manner, Jacob Graham, 4 for 11, 99 yards, 1 TD. Christian Barnes had 21 carries, 151 yards, 2 TDs. And then Caleb Barnes and Carter Hunt had 11 tackles apiece for the Golden Eagles. That's just big boy football. That win right there was a statement win for the Pirates.
Oh yeah, that was that's one big reason I picked them. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That was a must win.
Yep.
If they didn't want to trickle down like they did 2 years ago or last year? 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And that was just a statement win for them. I think they needed that.
Oh yeah. And this is why this game should be played early in the season, because it was competitive throughout.
Oh yeah.
And
they got a Southwestern coming up now.
Yeah, we got Southwestern. We'll be making them predictions later, but this win right here could propel Belfry into making that deep run to possibly a state title. This is the win that gives them that confidence.
Absolutely, and they should by all means.
Yep. So we got, let's see, Floyd Central. We was there for that game, Thursday night football. 36-22 win over Powell County. Coach Shelton was 4 for 6, 102 yards, 2 TDs. B.J. Peterson, this kid is good, man. He's going to be one of the top players at the end of the year. B.J. Peterson will have the stats with the rest of them. He ended up carrying the ball 20 times, had 97 yards, 3 TDs. He had 1 reception for 34 yards. He also had 6 tackles and an interception. Brody Buck had 3 receptions, 68 yards, 2 TDs. He had 4 tackles and an interception on defense. Jordan Sammons led the team in tackles with 12 tackles. And then you had Jacob Johnson and Pryor had 11 tackles apiece. For Powell County, Julian Lopez carried the rock 14 times for 53 yards, 1 TD, and 5 tackles. So, so that ends our stats for tonight. So we'll throw them to the side. And KJ, bring up the scoreboard there and go over the rest of the scores, and let's see what ones catch our eyes real quick.
Fairview, Betsy Lane, 43-0, Betsy Lane. Floyd Central, 36, Powell County, 22. Jackson County, 42, Phelps 0. Rowan County, 39, Bath County, 6. Bell County, 52, Letcher Central, 18. Belfry, 48, Johnson Central, 20. East Carter, 33, Boyd County, 28. Lewis County got beat by Breathitt County, 63-13. Ashland, 42, GW, 21. Perry Central lost to Lawrence County 38-14. Lynn Camp 28, Knott Central 12. Leslie County 37, McGoffin County nothing. Mason County 49, Fleming County 21, Morgan County 42, Berea 12, Prestonsburg lost to Paintsville 40-38. Paris beat Hazard 22-6. Pike Central 14, Harlan 2. Greenup County 28, Portsmouth, Ohio 22. East Ridge beat Riverview, West Virginia 30-27. Shelby Valley 16, Martin County 7. South Point, Ohio 28, Russell 7. Estill County beat West Carter 22-21. Logan beat Sissonville 46-21. Midland Trail beat Tulsa 28-18. Mingo Central 61, Westside 6. Man 46, Mount View 0. Chapmanville 24, Poca 14. Scott 26, Wayne 16. Wayne was leading late in that game in the fourth quarter. Give me 1 second.
Yeah,
I'm dealing with something here.
Yeah, they.
You might be able to see it better than I can.
Yeah, Cabell Midland got the big win over Spring Valley.
It's 28-20.
Yeah.
Yep, and Tug Valley beat Sherman 13-8, and LCA beat Pikeville 31-13.
Chapmanville stays undefeated. Coach Belcher still starting out undefeated. You know, this team right here, it's going to be interesting to see exactly how good this team is.
Yeah, I mean, they were very impressive. They got 2 impressive wins.
I love the Pridemore kid.
Yeah, and you know, they're going to be a battle in this 2A.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, we're keeping our eye on them very closely. And we always have battles with them cats.
And we got the two next 2 nights. We got Chapmanville Middle. You can watch Dakota Dalton, Maddox Sarton, and crew tomorrow
Jacob
night.
Maynard.
Yeah, tomorrow night, and then on Friday we got the high school on the Logan Bank & Trust game of the week. So,
okay.
you know, so we
got. They're finally home now.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You'll get to watch Chapmanville finally and see exactly what your thoughts are on them. Estill County cleaning out Carter County, getting the sweep. West Carter, East Carter. This Estill County team is better than anybody ever thought.
Yeah, their head coach is from the mountains. He's a Bell County native.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, and then Estill County, one of our coverage area teams now.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah.
So
they're in the 14th region.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Okay.
They're in the same district as Belfry now, right?
Yep.
Them and Powell.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So then Lawrence County, now that right there shocked me because, you know, Powell County, we watched them. We seen them. This is a very good Powell County team.
Perry County?
Yeah, or Perry Central. Yeah. Perry Central, you know, with Kaiser Sloan and crew, I thought that they would go in there and they would get that win. But, I mean, hats off, man. You seen this big play from the quarterback to Talon Pollock. Nice catch. But, you know, right now, Coach Short, man, he seems like, you know, they're playing on a mission right now.
Yeah. You know, I'm a big.
Yeah.
I'm going to play her right now.
I mean, huge catch, feather off, hits Pollock.
That's a wild catch.
Yeah, I mean, hey, listen, the receiver kept his eye on the prize.
Yeah,
and
that's huge. I like that.
Yeah, and then you know, I mean, Pike Central, man, continues to do it. They're doing it with defense and an unbelievable field goal kicker in Steven Gonzalez. He's number 4 in the state right now in field goal kicking. This is a team that I'm very interested in, and I'm rooting for them. Every week I'm like, you know, how good can this team be? If they're not putting, you know, 20 points up a game, how are they winning? You know, and it's defense and special teams.
That's right. You're 100% correct. And my thing is on that, you know, Jameer Knuckles.
Yeah.
That dude, listen, I was a believer in him in middle school.
Yep.
You know, and I felt that if he could come in with poise, he'd be a heck of a high school quarterback, you know. And I think I got some messages the other day, and it really clicked. And I like to know this: have there ever been a freshman MVP of the Pike County Bowl? if anybody knows that, check, let us know or send a message to us because, I mean, he was MVP.
I don't know. I'd have to go back and
I want to look at it or whatever, but that's a great stat. I mean,
I'd have to go back and think. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if it had to be, I mean, it'd be somebody like Dixon or somebody like that.
Dixon didn't play his freshman year.
Yeah, that's true. So I don't know. I don't know. We'll dig in. Joe Kinzer will find that out.
Yeah.
Find that out, Joe.
Let us know.
Yeah. But I mean, that just and then I also wanted to mention hats off to Randy Woods and what he's doing there at Phelps. Listen, they're taking lumps, but it takes a special man to know that things are probably not going to end up your way, but you still step in for the betterment of the kids in the community.
Yeah, and I want to give a big shout out to their. It may be, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Their 5th and 6th grade team, or 4th and 5th or something. They had a big time win versus Bland. I think this week or whatever. But hats off to them. They're getting it going. And hopefully these guys that's playing in these youth right now, that'll help them get a middle school team.
Yeah.
Once they develop that middle school team, it's just only going to help Coach Randy,
Yeah.
and stuff. But, I'm a big supporter. I picked them to win. I picked them to win last week, and I had faith in them, honestly. And I still do, They're just I have a very special place in my heart for Phelps.
Logan Hall says Prestonsburg may have lost Friday night, but we will bounce back this week. Logan, we appreciate you tuning in, and we hope you do, man.
Absolutely.
We're rooting for you and Coach Brewer, and listen,
Coach Brewer.
Yeah, and listen, they had right off the bat, Nick Kidd, their starting running back,
that's what I'm saying.
got injured.
They had some injuries.
The chips is stacking against them, but they continue to propel.
That's that next man up mentality, and you can tell they've been coached like that.
Yeah, I listen, and the thing is 3 years ago, everybody in Prestonsburg, I heard it because they was coming to us. They was like, listen, y'all need to put stuff out there. Coach Brewer ain't the guy for this job. He ain't this.
Yeah, right.
And everybody tried running that man out of the town.
Yeah, right.
And, and what I told him, I said, any coach. I said, Coach Brewer, we seen what he done at Powell County. This man is a football coach.
Yeah.
We are lucky to have him. You let this man take and let his players get in there and get in that system. I promise you, this man's going to do stuff special there.
When you lose a lot, and I can talk about it because that's what happened here.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh, my God, you guys are amazing. Y'all changed this one. No, we didn't change anything. We got our kids back.
Yep.
That's what changed this. And that's, their whole group, they went off the Paintsville or whatever. Now they're getting them back.
Yeah.
So, that's the difference. And you just got to be patient.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you're sitting here, we didn't mention one ago, but Isaiah Stanley for Pikeville, that was a big pickup for the Panthers, man. He is, right now, he's starting to pick up some big interest from colleges out there. This is a kid that, can take them from being a deep playoff team to a state championship team.
Absolutely.
He's that kind of player.
Yes, and, he's playing inside linebacker now, and he's a stud.
Yep.
And he's just a junior. That's what a lot of people don't understand. That cat is just a junior. He's only going to get even better. He's learned a new system this year. And, I'm excited to see him. I'm also excited to see him in baseball.
Yeah, absolutely. I am too. And that's, I just, he's one that he's been struck by the injury bug, for pretty much his whole career. And if he ever gets right, this kid is by far one of the best prospects.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, he broke his wrist first game of the season this year.
Yeah. So.
Oh, that's what happened?
Yeah.
And look, he's still playing.
Yeah.
Dude's a monster.
Yeah, he's unreal.
He's one of my favorites.
So, guys, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Mountain Top 10, D&D Top 10, first one of the season. Make sure you come right back and join us, see how the coaches and media voted, see how it pans out, and we go into picking next week's games. Come right back and join us here on Crunch Time.
If you're injured in a car wreck, don't delay. Give me a call today, Justin Markham. Here at Markham Law Office, we will fight for you. Don't settle for a handshake and a small check from the insurance companies. Give us a call. Don't take on the big insurance companies alone. We will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Here at Markham Law Office, you're more than a client. You're family, and we take care of family. give me a call. Justin Markham, attorney at law.
Gift. This Christmas will be the biggest sale in our 85-year history. Tell them about it, Wes.
Go to castlesjewelry.com or stop in our store and see our sales paper. You'll find incredible savings on diamond anniversary bands, earrings, bracelets, and the area's largest selection of genuine and lab-grown diamond engagement rings. And here's the great part of it. If it snows 3 inches on New Year's Day, your purchase is free.
Castle's Jewelry and Gift. That's the place to go. So let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Trailhead Bar and Grill in Maplewood, West Virginia is making sure trail riders and locals are staying happy and full. One thing's a guarantee at Trailhead is great food and great service. Come watch your favorite ball game, have a party, or we'll host your events at Trailhead Bar and Grill, proud supporter of the Mingo Central Miners and all mountain athletes.
Here at Appalachian Medical, our team has extensive experience in dealing with respiratory disease. That's why we specialize in respiratory products and disease management. We want to bring our knowledge and know-how to help patients live a healthier life. Appalachian Medical was developed by clinical professionals. We have more than 30 years of combined experience in respiratory disease management, case management, critical care, and more. Our respiratory therapists are skilled and compassionate. With offices in Kentucky, West Virginia, Indiana, Ohio, and Pennsylvania, let us be the ones you trust with your medical health care.
All right, guys, we are back here on Crunch Time. This segment of the show is sponsored by Trailhead Bar and Grill.
All right, guys, we're going to take and make sure that Trailhead Bar and Grill is the #1 restaurant in Mate-One area. Yes. By far, guys, listen, if you leave a ball game here, go down there because there's a good chance we'll be down there talking sports. Come join us.
Hey, come hang out with me.
I seen Phelps coach Cameron Smith in there.
Yeah, we're regulars.
Yep.
You know, come hang out with me after the games and stuff. We go down there and we just have a great time, man. Like, and it's very enjoyable because everybody, we talk. I mean, it's great.
Yep.
And then I let y'all know, get my favorite. I'm gonna have to talk to Leroy. He makes me the best BLTs. We're gonna have to change that BLT to my name, man. Because that's the only thing I eat when I come there. Now, I did get the spaghetti meatballs. It was unbelievable.
You got to win a state title before you get that.
Yeah.
you got to bring a state title. Then we'll make them change it.
I basically have bought a state title there. About how many BLTs I've eaten there. No, man, they got some great food.
Got the best club sandwich in the business.
And the club sandwiches is this big.
And the thing I like is the atmosphere. Listen, on Friday nights, you're going to catch Belfry, Mingo Central. They're going to have the best ball games on there.
Tug Valley be on there too.
Yeah, on Saturdays they got karaoke. I mean, this is one of the most happening places in the mountains, guys. If you're from out of the area, you're from Prestonburg, Pikeville, get your gang together, or if you're wanting to take your loved one on a date, take her over there on Saturday night and enjoy some karaoke.
Yeah. And they're going to have there's a benefit concert downtown Mate-One. I think that's this Saturday. It's for Boxer Prater. Great guy, the community, big supporter, D&D. And, he's battling some things right now, colon cancer. And, we want to get on his side and make sure we can get down there and, and support him and his family, man. Great dude, Mate-One guy from Beach Creek area. He sings, he's a singer.
Yeah, and
stuff, but great guy, great family. One of my buddies, I love him to death, man, and just,
very familiar with Boxer Prater. Yeah. I mean, listen, if you're in the mountains and you like music around here, you probably heard of Boxer Prater.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I thought he was the best performer there whenever, what's his name, come in town? Noah.
Oh, yeah.
Boxer was, that's just one of mine, maybe biased, but, he was one of the best performers out there. It was him. Yeah. He opened up for him, but, just support out to him and blessings to him and his family, man. Let you know that you're not in this fight alone, big dog.
Bryson Dawes says Martin County Middle School plays Floyd Central tomorrow. Bryson, we hope you do good. Let us know your stats. Send us some highlights, my man.
Hey, good luck, big dog.
Yeah, we know what he can do on the basketball court. Let us put out what you can do on the football field as well. So, as you're sitting here and look, well, when KJ comes back, we'll go over the top 10. Right now, you can just tell in the mountains that this is it's a situation where mountain football, you're starting to see some teams that normally ain't on top emerge their way to the top, and like East Carter, they're emerging as one of the power teams. You got Greenup County, Pike Central, so it's a unique year here in the mountains.
The cycles is changing.
Yeah.
And you're getting one cycle coming out, and honestly, I think this is this is the end of the holdback now.
Yeah.
So everybody's catching back up.
Yeah.
Even though they did have them, you got those guys that were sitting behind them, a lot better now.
Yep.
They got time to develop, put it that way.
Yep.
They had time to develop and all that. So now you're seeing that, and I think that's a big change.
Let's take a look here at the first D&D Sports Mountain Top 10 of this 2023 football season. Who do we got?
And number 1, you got Ashland. Number 2.
No surprise.
Nope. Number 2, Pikeville. Ashland received 16 votes. Pikeville got 1. Now number 3 is Belfry with receiving 2 votes. Raceland's 4. Johnson Central's 5. Scott out of West Virginia is 6. They received 1 first place vote. 7's Mingo Central. 8's Greenup County. 9 Pike Central, and 10 Wayne.
Who was the other ones receiving votes?
Shelby Valley had 15, Lawrence County 10, East Carter 7, Letcher Central 4, Perry Central 4, Man 2.
Man, I see, when I look at this, I'm going to put up on my own too here. I see, I don't know, I see a few things that I would change in this.
I'm excited we actually get to get on there now.
It's been a long time since Mingo Central football's been on the D&D Top 10.
Hey, they deserve it, man. They deserve it. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, y'all starting out 2-0, got 64 votes in it. The thing that I see the most is, I don't see any way that Shelby Valley, I think I would take, and I don't know who I would take out, but Shelby Valley, Lawrence County, East Carter, Letcher Central, all power teams, that you look. But like we was talking, this is a unique year. Greenup County has started out 2-1. I think 2 of their wins have been over Ohio teams.
Right.
Then Pike Central 3-0 on the season. Yep. And then you take Wayne, almost beat Scott.
Right.
That was what got Wayne there, I think.
Yeah, I think that the Pike Central game and Shelby Valley game, they play each other, correct?
Yeah.
I think that will play out within itself.
Yeah, they're district now.
Right. Yeah,
so,
that will play out within itself, I do believe.
Yeah, you're going to see. Well, listen, we're talking about how good this defense is. When you're taking and playing these low-scoring games, it's a good thing you got Steven Gonzalez there because that kicker will. That's going to be what wins and loses your ball games. And right now, he's got the golden leg. He's one of the reasons that they're 3-0 right now.
That is the truth.
And me, if I was looking, I personally, on my vote, I'll tell you how I voted. The top 6 was the same. I had Greenup County 7. I had Mingo Central 8. And then I had, I had Shelby Valley, and then Wayne was how I voted.
Yeah, I agree with
that was
my
my
vote. Because that could go either way. You got your top 10 year, of course. Then you got that on the verge, and then you got those ones that, like you said, things are changing.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people don't realize with Shelby Valley was they was injured in week 1.
Yeah.
So making no excuses, I still don't know if they would have beat Letcher because that's a tough game.
Right.
But I think Wayne is a team that is going to be there throughout. I really think.
Wayne's a lot.
Yeah, they're for real. They're the real deal. Yeah, but Mingo Central going in at 7. A lot of that. I don't think y'all would have been there if y'all wouldn't have won convincingly like y'all have. If y'all wouldn't have had them 2 blowout victories, I don't think, even if y'all would have just squeaked through, I don't think y'all would have been in the top 10. I think y'all are at 7 because of the way y'all won.
Yeah, I agree too. I mean, we're getting we came in ranked 9th in the Metro and stuff.
In the state. Yeah.
So we're getting it there, but guys, just like I tell everybody, we're not there yet.
Yeah.
That's why we're there. We're
yeah.
at that ranking. Do I feel that we can be up? Absolutely. But we got to win some big time games. We got to win these road games.
Yeah.
So. But I want to give a shout out to my boy Tegan Hackney. He's a freshman linebacker, and he's actually one of the top linebackers in the state of West Virginia right now.
Kid's unbelievable.
Unbelievable, man. And he's gonna, before he leave me on Central, he's gonna set some records.
And he lays the lumber. I mean, this kid hits hard, don't he, KJ?
He does.
He's the one that I rave on all the time.
We already, like, his helmet, if you see it, when I tell you he hits good face mask, like he looks perfect, you can tell by his face mask.
All right, KJ, let's get to Pigskin Pick'em.
Here we go. KJ gonna cheat again.
Oh, no.
Crunch time. Pigskin Pick'em.
We are back here, guys. Pigskin Pick'em. KJ, as we look through this week's games, what do we got coming up first?
We got Ashland at Bardstown.
Give me Ashland.
Listen, they're undefeated. They're the #1 team in the mountains. I'm rolling with them.
I'm going Ashland myself. Southwestern at Belfry.
Southwestern.
And listen, Ashland, right now, there's not a better quarterback receiver duo than Brandon Houston and Strader.
In Kentucky, correct?
Yeah, in Kentucky.
Okay. I'm about to say, hold my pail, my man.
Well, I would put in the mountains. I would go in the mountains.
Definitely not.
These two kids, man, are unreal what they're doing.
That's the total difference in Kentucky ball and West Virginia ball. I think the skill is 100 times better in West Virginia ball. I think the interior is a whole lot better in Kentucky ball.
No, I agree with that. Yeah. But these two kids are, I mean, both of them are next level kids.
We got 4 of them.
That it's gonna be hard for any duo to
hard. Yeah. Let's put their stats together now and see.
All right, we'll work on that.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
Let's get that together. We'll see during break.
You know they got an extra game on us.
Yeah,
they got an extra game on us, but we can do that.
Yeah, we'll figure.
We can get their top games, and we get our top games.
Okay, we'll figure that out here in a minute. Then the Braxton Jennings kid, he same thing. I mean, this kid. That's why Ashland's doing what they're doing. And listen, since Coach Tackett's took over, we knew when he was a coordinator, we knew what kind of coach he was.
They was gonna be hard nosed.
Yeah,
I love Coach Tackett, man. I'm glad he got that opportunity.
Me too, man.
He's a Tomcat through and through.
Yes, he is.
My boy Arliss Beach is back though. He's not over there coaching or whatever. He's back in Lexington.
Oh.
Yeah, he's back in the States. He was living in San Francisco, but he's back home now.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yep. Things you learn. Now, KJ, what was the second game?
Southwestern and Belfry.
Let me go take Belfry.
Belfry.
I listen, Belfry right now. I mean, they're on a roll. I'm going with Pirates.
Yeah.
Bath County at Estill County.
Estill.
West Carter at Floyd Central.
West Carter at Floyd Central. Give me Floyd Central.
I'm going with Coach Hager, man. I seen what these boys could do. They got skill position. B.J. Peterson. It's going to be hard to slow that kid down. And then you talk about a receiver, Brody Buck. He's one of the best receivers.
I like that Buck.
The Buck stops with him. Yeah, he's an unreal athlete. But, I think Coach Hager gets the win.
Yeah, I'm going Floyd Central. East Carter at Greenup County.
East Carter at that's a hard
one. No, that's a dog fight.
All right, man. I'm going to go with East Carter.
Tyson Salmons.
I'm going to go with East Carter. I'm just going to go with East Carter, man.
Greenup. I'm going Greenup.
It's hard to go to the farm and get a win.
It's
very hard. That's one of the toughest places to win a ball game.
I'm going to give it Greenup.
Well, I'm still rolling with East Carter. You know, and
I'm gonna go Greenup.
You're going Greenup. All right. Well, I think that Coach Champ. Here's what my hopes are. Is I'm hoping that in this one that I'm right and that Greenup County can't score as many points as West Carter. That West Carter has more offense in I guess their weapon than what Greenup does. I just think right now East Carter. I think they lost that to Estill, and I think things are clicking there.
South Point is some studs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Greenup County getting them 2 wins, 2 impressive wins over there, and Tyson Salmons. Listen, it's going to take somebody special to stop that young man. So this game's a flip 'em, but you two go Greenup, I go East Carter.
Leslie County at Harlan.
Leslie County at Harlan. I'm going to go Leslie County because QB.
Landry Collette, I'm going with Leslie. I like this team, David. I like this team. I like this quarterback.
I'm going Leslie. I'm going Leslie County too. Breathitt County at Johnson Central. JC.
Ooh.
I'm going Breathitt County at Johnson Central.
I'm going JC.
Is JC running back?
No, I don't think. Mike Conley, let us know if you're on there, but I don't think so. I'm picking as if they ain't.
I'm still going JC.
Breathitt. JC. I'm going Johnson Central.
I'm going with Johnson Central. I think they're just bigger and badder.
That's me.
Yeah.
And
it being at JC,
it's a special place.
Yeah. And here's the thing, though. This Breathitt County team, if there's any team that can match them, it's Breathitt on the interior with our guy Evan Miller. You know what I mean? He may be the biggest lineman there.
That's it.
But with Johnson Central, I just. This is a dangerous game for the Golden Eagles because we know that Breathitt County can put points on the board. Johnson Central right now, that's their thing. They've had trouble scoring, especially in the passing game. The passing game is not looking very good at all for the Golden Eagles right now. I think that Johnson Central gets this one, though. I just think, the size difference.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Betsy Lane at Knott Central.
Not Betsy Lane.
Betsy Lane.
Betsy Lane, big.
Yep.
Hazard at Letcher Central.
Letcher Central.
Yeah, Letcher. We will have that game. That will be the Citizens Bank game of the week right here on the D&D Sports Network.
I'm going to go Letcher.
I'm going Letcher. Boyd County at Mason County.
Boyd at Mason. Give me Boyd.
Yeah. I think that Mason, I just don't think this is the Mason team of last year. I think that Boyd County, I think they're a better team. Rhett Holbrook, I think, is going to have his way.
Yeah.
I'm going to upset here. I'm going to go Mason County at home.
Oh, okay. And if I'm not mistaken, ain't this the one Mason won last year?
Yes.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
At Boyd.
Yep.
Shelby Valley at Middlesboro. Middlesboro's got a good team. My nephew plays for them.
That's
right. They start 11 seniors, I think.
It don't matter. Coach Hampton, Russ Osborne, Middlesboro will have no answer for this Shelby Valley offense. Shelby Valley.
Where you at, KJ?
They do got Larry French.
Yep, good coach.
Yep, legend. But guess what?
I'm going Middlesboro with the upset at Middlesboro.
It's at Middlesboro, correct?
Yep.
Give me Shelby Valley.
All right.
Fairview at Morgan County.
Fairview at Morgan County. Give me Morgan County in this one.
Morgan County.
Yeah, Morgan County right now. I'm pretty sure they're undefeated, and I think they stay
lost
here.
One game. I think they're
2-1.
2-1. Okay. Well, I still think they win this one.
I do too.
Martin County at Paintsville.
Martin County at Martin County.
Martin County.
Martin County at Paintsville, man. This one's tough. Here's the thing. I think Paintsville is young. I love A.J. Johnson. I love Anderson Loffer. I love Kane Grimm. But at the end of the day, I know that this is one of the most talented teams in Martin County. I know they got the talent. Things just ain't clicking. I think this is the week they get it clicking. I think Martin County gets a big win there. And this could be a letdown game for Paintsville, because last week was their Super Bowl against rival Prestonsburg. Right. This could be a game that, they, kind of, who you got, KJ?
Martin.
All right.
Bell County at Perry Central.
Bell at Perry. Oh, man.
I'm going Bell. Bell has been slaughtering everybody.
They Coach Hilton got them on a different level right now.
Yeah, they might be one of the top teams in 3A.
Yeah.
I got to go Bell in this one, but Perry, don't get me wrong. I'm a big Commodore fan now.
I am rooting like heck for the Commodores, but I think that Bell County, I think Bell County is one of the best teams in the mountains. Of course, we want Perry because they're a coverage area team. We want Derek Bowling and crew to be able to, be happy that night. He does one of the best tailgates they are up there.
I need to visit that next time.
Oh yeah, fun. Yeah. Well, listen, we got to get our Kentucky Farm Bureau shirts.
Not only that, we probably won't have to hold our tent down so we can't go.
Yeah, Last time, I don't know. Listen, next time they're saying leave the tents at home, guys. Yeah. So KJ, what's next?
Bland County, Virginia at Phelps.
Oh, so they've not played yet.
That was a little league game. I think
it was a little kids.
Okay.
Maybe.
Listen, I don't know what Bland is, but I think right now, I just think Coach Woods, things. He just don't have the weapons to work with. He's a good coach. He just don't have Randy Smith. I'm sorry, I don't know why I keep saying Woods, but I just think that right now Phelps is in rough shape. I would love to see them get this win, but I don't think they'll pull it out this week.
KJ,
I'm going Bland.
I picked them last time.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go with Bland. Phelps gotta show me something. I'm gonna go with Bland.
And I've never heard of Bland. I really hope Phelps gets a win here.
Yeah.
Raceland at Pikeville.
This is the game of the week. This right here. You got Isaac Doody. You got Logan Lundy. By the way, Logan Lundy, I went up there, covered youth games this weekend. Logan Lundy come on, gave a great promo, said D&D Sports Network is the only place he goes to get his sporting news. So, hats off to Logan. Yes.
Said he'd wear a shirt, too, to the Pikeville game if you got him one.
Yes, said he would wear a shirt. So
I don't know. They may kick him out because we come over there.
Yeah, yeah.
They won't show him on the coverage. I know that.
Yeah. Well, Logan will rep us well. We'll try to make sure we get Logan a shirt over there for Friday night.
Yeah.
But listen, this one's a tough one, man. LCA, I don't know. Pikeville is. Everybody knows this is a state championship caliber team. They're honing for that special season. This right here will be the two best teams in Class A.
There's a lot of get back for Raceland, that state title game.
I think this is a state championship game. If things fall out the way they do this year, they might meet again back in Kroger.
That's it.
So with this game right here, I'm gonna say, man, this is that special class, but I think that Pikeville's interior, I think they're in the trenches, that they're just going to be meaner and nastier. Now, Raceland, that being said, Raceland has the weapons to go out and outscore them. Right. But and that would be best case scenario if they can make this a scoring match. But if Pikeville can make this their kind of ball game, they're going to win just because they're better in the trenches.
Who you got, Dave?
I've picked first the last 6 times. So you got Pikeville?
Mm-hmm. This is my upset of the week. Raceland goes into Pikeville and gets a win.
Wow.
I'm I'm right there with you, KJ.
Y'all both rolling with Raceland.
Raceland goes into my man Logan Lundy's going to put the D&D shirt on. He's going to row in there, and they're going to take it out of Pikeville.
It would be a great story if he does, but I'm telling you, the trenches will be the difference.
And I agree. I was just lying with you, KJ. I wanted him to pick that. I'm going Pikeville.
Oh, are you?
I'm not going to go. The only reason why I went against them last week, y'all know why.
What's up, LCA?
But
I'm still sticking with it. Yeah, you can change all you want.
You're right 1,000% on that. The trenches will be the difference in this, and it's going to become Pikeville.
I'm sticking with my pick. Raceland's going to go in there and upset them.
And I think the Hogs, man. I think Raceland's young up front.
That's it.
And
That's literally it. I think what Coach Allen got going on there. He's just he is the top offensive line coach in the mountains.
Yeah, that's it. But like I said, Raceland, if they make this a scoring match, Raceland can win this ball game.
I think so, but I think Pikeville can score with them though too. I really think that when it comes to them trenches, it's just, and that defense is just different. Their defense is just, Pikeville defense is different.
Well, watch out. If Raceland wins this, Noah Wallace will be the biggest difference for the Rams.
I like it.
Yep.
Yeah, I like it.
Pike Central at Powell County.
Pike Central continue at Powell. Well, at the Powell County game against Floyd Central, the running back got hurt. Their running back's really good. I don't know if he's healthy or not. I know he went out in the second quarter and didn't come back.
Pike Central
I think it's going to be another game where they're going to score less than 20 points. Well, if Pike Central has the ability to score 20, they'll do it in this one. But I just think this will be a low-scoring game. Powell County, I think, will play them close. They'll come fight and claw, but the Hawks continue the undefeated road.
I like it. Same here.
I'm going Pike Central. Our man Joe Kinzer says, that's right, KJ. Don't flip-flop.
I'm definitely going Pikeville, but that's what we do here.
Fleming County, Lewis County at Prestonsburg.
Give me Prestonsburg.
Give me P-Burg.
I think they got something to prove.
Yeah, listen, my guy Presley Marshall up there, I normally like picking Lewis time to time when they come to the mountains, but and I love their QB. I think Cooper. But I just think Prestonsburg right now, same situation. This right here, like Paintsville, that could be a letdown game. This here is a game that if they would have lost, I would have took. If Prestonsburg would have won, I would have took Lewis in this one.
Right.
But Prestonsburg losing, I think they get back on track here.
Fleming County at Round County.
Give me Fleming County.
Fleming big.
Fleming. McGoffin County at Russell.
Give me
Russell.
Russell.
Winfield at Chapmanville. This is going to be our game with Logan Bank Trust game of the week, right? West Virginia.
Well, I don't give people billboard material. Regardless, give me Chapmanville.
I'm going Winfield.
Yeah, listen. Right now, this is the one everybody is saying. Like Chapmanville. We want to see them do it against a good team. Well, they're going to do it against a good team this week. Coach Belcher and the Tigers are going to get the dub.
I'm with you.
David don't pick this one. Mingo Central at Liberty Raleigh. I've went against Mingo Central twice already. It's not happening this week.
You want to do it again?
No, Mingo Central.
Please do it again.
First ever meeting between these two programs. Mingo has never played Liberty Raleigh. Mingo Central right now is 80-3 when they score 30 points or more. This one right here, Chris Ross and the offense continue to light up the scoreboard. They get a big win over Liberty Raleigh here.
Joe said this is a trap game for us.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah. And it may be, but I know we haven't prepared like it.
Yep.
We're prepared like we're playing an in-state rival.
Well, and the thing is, KJ, is we come up here and we've seen them work, and every day we've come up, and then today they wasn't working.
You want to know why?
I was wondering where's the kids at?
You want to know why? Because we went early. We've been practicing our kids, earlier now. We got out of school at 2:36.
Well, you go late in the summer because of heat.
Because of heat and stuff. You know, it's been fairly good. So we getting it in after school for, you know, we go 3 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, we get in here, we work out, we go out and do our special teams, and then we come in, get dressed, and get outside and go to work.
Yep, absolutely. KJ, was that the last game?
Nope. You have Man at Westside.
Man at Westside?
Give me Man.
Westside gets back. I mean, this is the one. Westside pulls the upset. Coach Koger at Westside. Everybody thinks the Hillbillies going to go in there and wipe the map with them. Not so fast.
We got Lee Corso over here, baby.
You still got Man on the schedule.
Oh, my bad.
And Westside you just beat.
I haven't seen Man at all. I haven't seen them play any at all. But I'm gonna give my boy Justin some billboard. You know, I'm gonna give him some billboard material tonight.
So you're going with the Hillbillies?
I'm gonna go with the Hillbillies in this one.
There you go. If Brumfield was at quarterback, I trust in Brumfield, but I don't know this quarterback, so I'm not picking him. I'm taking Westside at home.
Sims Valley, Ohio at Tug Valley.
Give me Tug Valley. I'm not gonna go against Tug Valley this whole season. I don't care who they play. Give me Tug.
Did you say Ohio? I say the Buckeye comes in and gets the win.
Yeah, give me Sims Valley, Ohio. In Saturday's game, we got Livingston Academy, Tennessee at Jenkins.
Give me Tennessee, whoever.
Yeah, give me Tennessee.
Yeah, I just, this is the inaugural year of their football season starting back up. Jenkins.
They got some work to do.
It's going to be rough, but I mean,
but they're still that's exciting to me. I got to catch a game.
Yeah, you do small steps right
Absolutely.
now. You just want to make. Right now, it's about scoring. The flea flicker. It's about getting, things going, and then you turn that into eventually wins.
Right.
But it's taking the small steps right now.
Yep, that's it. Yep.
In our last game, Spring Valley at Jefferson. I see Clyde put in there that Man or West Side's at Man. No, it's wrong on our screen. Man's at West Side.
Okay.
And who we got again?
Spring Valley at Jefferson.
Jefferson, West Virginia.
I'm going to go Spring Valley gets their first win.
Yeah, I don't know where this Jefferson is. Is it Jefferson Town or Jefferson?
Just says Jefferson.
Jefferson. All right, I don't know Jefferson. I know Jefferson Town, but I don't know Jefferson. So I'm taking Spring Valley. I'm taking my man Bryce Fuller. He hauled in an amazing catch this week. I really think this is the day that Spring Valley gets back on track.
Joe Kinzer says Northern Panhandle.
It's the Eastern
Okay.
Panhandle.
Eastern Panhandle now.
Let's go. Give me Spring Valley. I like how, even though they lost against Cabell Midland is a great team. They barely lost against them, so give me Spring. I think they're gonna get their first victory this weekend.
Our guy Lewis Ratliff says Spring Valley too.
Oh wow, we agreed on something this time.
Absolutely.
We agreed on everything last year, Gary.
One thing I don't agree is I seen Lewis say that another sports show was the best sports show in the mountains. Was the number one sports show in the mountains, Lewis. Listen, numbers say different.
Right.
Yeah, numbers don't lie, Lewis.
No, Lewis, you keep on tuning in, man.
We love Lewis.
Yes, you're great. You're very blunt, and I love that about you, man.
Listen, I've talked to Lewis many times at Ballgame.
He knows his football,
he does.
Man. I swear,
Lewis is a guy
sports.
that can come in and talk on this show.
Absolutely.
He's that good. But Lewis is our guy. We give him a hard time back and forth, but
but he can take it. I like that about him.
I do too. Real quick, guys, as we're sitting here, UK football sold beer for the first time. No incidents. That's great for the University of Kentucky. They needed this because that's a lot to money out there that they're leaving on the table.
Well, they're going to have to. They got all these new facilities they got to pay for.
And with NIL and stuff.
Yes, that's right.
You know,
they got to get something going.
Got to. When I was in Raceland this week, there was a young man. Remember this name, Cade Maynard. Now, this young man is a second grader. He started on the team, the third grade team, and I mean, absolutely dominated. Like the other team Ironton had nothing for this young man in third grade. Well, then they went through all the games. They come back at the end and played the second grade game. He didn't play in the second grade game. I guess he's too good. Well, Ironton ended up going up like 37-0. They put this kid in at halftime, scored every drive, and they ended up beating them by a couple touchdowns.
Are you kidding?
No, this kid's the real deal, man. I'm telling you, if you guys get a chance, Cade Maynard from Ironton, I'll be watching him for years to come.
He's from Ironton. He can play that ball now.
Everybody up there said this kid is a Saturday, and not only a Saturday, he's a Sunday player.
Oh, now that's big.
That's lofty expectations.
In the third grade or second grade, we got to see about that.
Listen, West Virginia blowouts. This weekend we seen J.R. House's record go down. We seen what score was it? 86-0. Huntington High. Who was they playing?
That was at halftime.
South Charleston, yeah. Huntington High over South Charleston was 86-0 at halftime. It was like 56-0 at the end of the first quarter. Then Hurricane got a big win.
93-7 over somebody.
Yeah, and then who was the other win? Nitro got the big win with the record.
House's record.
Yeah, with House's record falling. Yeah, 11 touchdowns, something I never thought would be broke again. But, yeah, I mean, seeing them three lopsided, you're seeing everybody. You see Mingo Central put up 61. Right now it seems like offenses, I don't know, the game's changing a little bit. I don't know why, especially here in the mountains. You're starting to see teams put up higher point totals. But in West Virginia, they're for you guys that don't understand, David, you can explain it further, but they don't have their running clock don't start like Kentucky's does when you go up 35, is it? Or is it 35? Quarter. Yeah, and in West Virginia, you got to wait till the fourth quarter, right? Is that how it goes?
Yes.
Unless
the coaches agree.
Unless the coaches agree to shorten the time in the quarters.
So at the beginning of the game, you have to do that.
No, so how I took it, if we up by a lot.
Yeah.
And you tell the rest, hey, go see if the coach want to shorten these quarters down, throw in the JV guys, and if they agree to that, they will allow that. But if they don't agree to that, then you just keep playing.
And not many coaches is going to do that because coaches are prideful.
That's it, I'm not prideful. I'm not prideful. I'm not.
I mean, if you're down 50-0, I'm gonna be like, get me out of here quicker.
Yeah, I'm not prideful at all, man.
Well, and that's something that, and I always say.
You can agree at halftime to shorten.
Yeah, is at halftime. I will always say, man, and that's one thing I love. West Virginia, I love WVSSAC, but they're so far behind on their rules. This is just another one. They need to change this rule to to take it out of the coach's hands.
A lot of those big scores, I could put it for an example. Huntington High, they took their starters and all of them out in the first quarter.
Wow.
See, and they also even shortened the time too. They shortened the time and they also put their JV in. And in the first quarter. Yeah. So after the first quarter,
it's just another example of me of how the WVSSAC is behind on stuff. Take it out of the coach's hands and don't make them face that embarrassing moment of having to say, "Hey, short the quarters." Take it out of their hands.
We was very blessed at times playing like Bull County when I was down there and stuff, and it didn't get out of hand, which it could have.
Yeah.
But, me and Haddix is one of my best buddies, you know what I'm saying? Yep. And we agreed upon some things or whatever. Wasn't prideful about it at all. I just understand, hey, this is a hell of a team.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we shortened it down, the time kept running, and that was it.
Yeah, that's and it's going to be interesting to see this week. Listen, if something don't happen, Huntington High is going to be doing that to a lot of people because that team is by far the best team in the state.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're unreal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But the breaking news: Whoopi Goldberg has left Twitter.
That's not a surprise.
Who cares?
It's X.
Or X. Who cares, Whoopi? I didn't even know you was on Twitter. Listen.
Hey, I like Whoopi. Have you watched Ghost?
Yeah, that's my favorite movie she's ever in.
That's it. That's all I know she was in. Is she in Buckwheat or
Sister Act when she was a nun?
Yeah. But nobody. I mean, listen. Where are we at in life when you're making announcements on national TV that you're leaving Twitter? Where are we at, America? I mean, come on.
Sleepy Joe era.
Yeah, there you go. Yep. I mean,
this is terrible. Let me be quiet. Let's go.
Yeah, and again, guys, listen. In the next day or two, there's going to be an announcement from D&D that will be one of the biggest things that we've ever done. And
huge.
Yeah, huge for the D&D Sports Network. Huge for other mountain kids. I mean, it's going to be a deal that will bring a lot of limelight to the mountains, to D&D Sports Network, and we are very excited to to make this happen. We can't wait to release it, share with you guys. So make sure you guys stay on to that. David, this weekend, best of luck going up to Liberty Raleigh. We went a little late here. We're 11 minutes late. 11:11. Make a wish.
Hey, Paul Jr. said we need to start this at 8 o'clock. I agree.
Well, and the reason we don't is because a lot of people, next week, we'll be in the Pike County Attorney's office. Yep. I'm glad that you mentioned that, Paul. We may can pull that off at 8 next week, but the reason we don't is, a lot of people, are at middle school games and they get home, they want to watch it live. So that's why we try to make sure, and we're a little looser once it gets past 10 o'clock, we're a little looser on the show. So that's another reason that we do it. But, it would be more convenient, but there is a reason why we don't. But next week we may make that happen. We'll let you fans know before the show starts if we're going to do that or not. But next week we'll be live in the big city of Pikeville. Lewis Ratliff's going to like it. We'll be right there at the county attorney's office.
Lewis, you should come by, man.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
most historic building in Pikeville is that Pikeville Courthouse. I love it there. It's a dream come true to get to do. No, I don't love it. I've seen it enough in my younger days. Yeah, and bad part about it is I can remember when I was a kid when that was the courthouse.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then they moved over to where the jail is now. Right. I spent a lot of time in both of them in my younger days. But, thank the good Lord above, things have changed. Absolutely. And but guys, Pike County Attorney's Office next week. Paul Howard Jr. Will be one of the proud sponsors of the show. Make sure you guys tune in next week.
He's going to be our guest speaker or a guest on here also.
Yeah, so nobody can talk sports like PJ. But guys, this week, want to wish you the best of luck as you travel up to Liberty Raleigh. Go on the road. I don't know how far of a trip it is.
2 hours.
2-hour trip. So, hopefully you can come back, get the win. Good luck to all area teams. Guys, if you're in the area, make sure you guys take if you're not doing nothing, go to a local ball game. And if you can't make it to the local ball game, on your way home, stop by the concession stand, buy some hot dogs, buy some concession. Help these schools out, guys. Help these athletes out. But try to get there and make your local football team, make it a great atmosphere. And next week we'll get you caught up on all the scores going around, guys. In the meantime, top 10 plays of the week, it's going to be returning soon. Make sure you guys enter your top 10 plays every week. Send them to D&D Sports on Friday nights throughout the weekend. Send us your top plays so we can get them on top 10 plays. Till then, David Jones, Darryl McCoy, producer KJ, you're watching Crunch Time. So long and good night.